A four-person conservative majority in California is going to war with the local public library. Now, if you like fair wages or open access to books, you're going to want to watch this video. When people think of book banning, they think of deep red conservative states. They think of places like Oklahoma, who've invited outside influences such as Chaya Raichik, the self-avowed stochastic terrorist behind the libs of TikTok accounts, being appointed to education boards, deciding what books should and should not be accessible to children in public schools. But newly proposed legislation in California is showing that book banning isn't exclusive to red states. In a multi-pronged approach, the Huntington Beach City Council decided to move forward with measures to both privatize the public library and begin banning books. Council's conservative majority voted 4-3 to move forward with privatizing library management. Let me remind you, I don't mean school library management, I mean the public library. The move came after the city was approached last year by Maryland-based company Library Systems and Services, who said they could help the local government slash $1 million from their budget each year. Library Systems and Services is the largest private for-profit library outsourcing company in the US. It runs 20 library systems in 80 locations and is headquartered in Rockville, Maryland, and is run by this guy, CEO Todd Frager, whose educational background is in finance, not library sciences. How do they slash budgets? Well, at least as far back as 2010, they have a history of replacing unionized employees with non-union workers, and for at least the last 24 years have utilized remote reference librarians to supplement in-person staff. What's even more troubling is the city council's four-person conservative majority also approved Ordinance 4318, which would take children's book selection out of the hands of those with master's degrees in library science and put them in the hands of a newly created review board made up of up to 21 parents or guardians from the local community. There are no qualifications to be on the board, you simply have to be appointed. The board will have the power to review children's books already in circulation, move them to a restricted section of the library, and also block the library from purchasing new books that the board by majority vote deems inappropriate. Additionally, books under review cannot be purchased until approved by the board, meaning that books could be banned by default if the review process lasts indefinitely, which has been the case in other instances of similar boards due to an overwhelming number of books to review. We're talking thousands here. It should be noted that California considers all children's books to be for anyone under the age of 18, so this board would be saying that a 17-year-old and a 7-year-old have the same reading needs and the same ability to handle matters of sex, sexuality, or bathing? One of the books these people want to ban is just about bathing, which is weird to sexualize bathing a child, but whatever. I'm not a snowflake that thinks books are evil. And not that this needs to be said, but if you're nodding at your screen right now and saying, I bet they want to ban books about LGBTQ people or sex ed, congratulations, you're a winner, because that's exactly what they want to do. What's wild about all of this is that even if you're one of those people who says, well, if that's what the people in that town or that state or whatever want, then we have no business as outsiders telling them what they can and can't do. When the idea of this review board was first floated last October, 90% of local community respondents were against it. 90%! You can't get 90% of people to agree on anything these days. There's a little bit of hope. California also has Assembly Bill 1825, otherwise known as the Freedom to Read Act, working its way through the state legislature, which would stop boards like these from being created and prevent public libraries from censoring books for political reasons. Both of these Huntington Beach measures are being voted on next Tuesday, April 2nd, so if you're a local resident and you care about libraries and public access to information, you can make your voice heard by emailing these folks right here. Politics is local, everybody. If you're shocked that this is happening in a place like California, please remember that this kind of thing happens when you don't vote in your state or local election. Book bans, censorship, demonizing children and those who educate them, that's all local politics. Thinking you're safe from it because you live in a blue state is hubris. States can flip. Remember that bad folks win when the good folks do nothing. Hope this helps.